First, we'll take attendance here at the...
This is good. Everybody else had a snack. I had a full breakfast. I had a long trip.
This is the
I ate already.
first meeting of 2013 in the old GR cafeteria. This is just for the archives. Thank you very much. All right, here we are at the old Genrad building, new cafeteria, on January 9th, 2013, at our monthly GR meeting, and we're here to interview two relative newcomers to this group, but Genradders from way back. Let's start with the young lady, Paula Ploetz.
That's right.
P-L-O-E-T-Z. When did you come to Genrad, Paula?
In the early 80s.
Early 80s. As what? As a young kid?
I was 12.
Okay.
No, I think I was 25.
25. And where'd you work?
I worked for Steve Nurse.
Steve Nurse as what? What?
I was a secretary.
But what was the group? What were they?
Well, that's how I met Rick.
Yeah, that's right. It was I forget what the group was called. I don't know.
Some kind of service, was it?
I think if it was Steve, it was service related, because Steve came to us from England, or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was in the service department.
Right.
And you were secretary. Who else was in the group?
So it was Rick.
Rick Isaacs.
And Rick Brooks.
Rick Brooks.
Jim Ficcaro.
Yeah.
Wade
Williams.
Williams.
Pete Balkus there?
Pete Balkus, yep.
Okay, software guys.
Partner in crime, yeah.
And one other, Jim Ficcaro.
All right, and I guess you were working on the 2750?
That sounds familiar.
That rings a bell. Yes, that's right.
The big board tester.
Yeah.
Because I think Richie was drafted into the project. It was kind of foundering, I believe.
Oh.
And Richie, and I think Fichtenbaum was involved.
Yes,
right?
that was there.
Yeah.
Software, I guess. Yeah. Then what did you do, Paula?
Then I worked for Jeff Bunza.
Bunza, yeah.
But I don't remember what that was about either.
Well, he was software too. So was some technical stuff.
Yep. And then I moved to work for Joe Prang.
Joe Prang, marketing guy,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
It was John Sell.
Yeah. Young hotshot guys, as I recall.
That's right.
Because Prang went out to California and did very well.
Yeah.
Formed his own company, I believe. Haven't heard from him lately.
Yeah.
And then what'd you do?
Oh. Well, and I went to Waltham. I worked in Waltham.
Oh, the corporate.
Right.
You did?
It was marketing communications. Corporate communications.
Kenny Castle, or who were you working for?
I worked for Joyce somebody.
Okay.
Then I was laid off.
Uh-oh.
Sadly.
Oh, not good. What? Now that was
I was lucky you got laid off when there was still some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so you were in Waltham, because that only lasted a few years.
I think I was only there for a few months.
Yeah. See, I was in California, and I came back to Waltham.
Ah.
Then I went out to Bolton in '81. You probably weren't in Waltham then.
No.
Interesting.
I was here in '81, I'm sure.
Yeah, here in Concord. All right, so what'd you do after the layoff?
The layoff, then I worked for Digital.
Digital? Where? What plant?
All over the place, but I ended up in Stowe.
Stowe?
For quite a few years, yep.
Okay.
That was good.
Doing what?
I wrote for a newspaper, Digital's newspaper. I was a reporter.
Okay.
Yep.
Because we had people who joined Digital. Jim Esselstyn.
That's right, Jim did.
Pete Balkus was there.
Was Pete there?
Yep.
And also the woman who was in personnel, Joanna Hopkins.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she went to Digital. That's great. And how long were you there?
8 years.
Oh, long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Doing the newspaper all that time?
Yep. At first I wrote standards.
Okay.
Digital deck standards, they're called.
Yeah.
Then I moved out to the newspaper. That was
Great.
a lot of fun.
Good. Then what happened?
What happened after that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Rick needs to talk.
I didn't know you by then.
Okay, well, let's switch over to Rick
Yeah,
Isaacs.
Let me think about what happened.
You
after
think about that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Rick Isaacs,
Here's a no good from way back.
currently the president of the GR Retirement Club.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. El Presidente.
That's right. Tell me about you, Rick. When did you join GR?
I joined GR in 1973. Well, I joined Grayson Stadler.
Oh,
in
we
1973.
acquired you.
That's right.
All right.
And then you.
What were you doing in Grayson
Pardon me.
Stadler?
I was, let's see, I worked for a guy named Norman Tursky, and I was called the Manufacturing Development Coordinator.
Okay.
They didn't know what the hell else to do,
Okay.
so they invented that title.
Yeah, but manufacturing engineering, that's
Yeah,
what we would
that's
call it.
right.
Yeah, Norm, I
That's
remember
right.
Norm.
And I remember at the time that I'd sent out like 100 resumes, and I got one reply, and it was from a guy named Bob McDonald, who was a mechanical engineer from Genrad, from General Radio, on loan to Grayson Stadler. And he
Bob
said,
who?
Bob McDonald. He worked with Jack Pinnell. He and Jack Pinnell shared an
Sure.
office working for Rufus Grayson.
Sure, I think Jack went to digital, too.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
At that point. Yeah. Jack just recently died.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
So,
So
they said, hire this guy. And I said, yeah, I need a job. so
So
yeah.
where'd you live then? Where were you?
I lived in Andover at the time.
Okay. So that's a hell of a commute.
Yeah,
Grayson Stadler wasn't bad going down 495 there.
Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't bad. Yeah, 495 didn't used to be what it is today. You
Yeah.
know, it was a passable road. You could travel 90, 100 miles an hour, no problem.
Right. So anyway, then GR acquires you.
Then GR acquired Grayson Stadler. And
What year?
We
70, 70.
It was probably 75, 6, something
Okay,
like that. Maybe.
okay.
And we had a choice. We could, then they acquired them, and they were together for a while. And Grayson Stadler joined Warren Kundert's group.
We merged the
Or
two
merged
together.
them or whatever, right.
See,
Then
it's
at
funny.
some point-
Rufus sold his company to GR.
Yep.
Didn't get much money for it. And then he bought it back years later.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had I believe we had a choice to keep.
Were
our
you working for
seniority,
Warren? Were
and
you
I
here?
was working for Warren in Bolton, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because they had moved.
What
whatever
time?
That group was
When?
called.
Because you were here first.
May-
You went in Bolton right away.
That's right. I was here first, working for Dick Mortensen.
That's
Yeah,
right.
As a production engineer.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went out to Bolton with Warren. And at some point, when Rufus split off, we were given the choice to
Yeah.
either stay with Genrad or to
Go with Grayson Stadler.
Grayson Stadler, right? So I decided to stay with Genrad because they looked big and stable.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And I
As
guess they
production
were.
engineer, manufacturing engineer?
Yeah,
what
I
were
was
you?
a manufacturing engineer. I was
Yeah.
a manufacturing project manager.
Okay.
Working for Dick. Yeah.
Okay, then what?
And then somehow or another, I got a job as a project manager, working in Richie Faubert's group, which either was or became FMN, Factory Management
Yeah.
Networks. We called it Faubert's Magic Networks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then QMP was the
QMP,
title, Quality
right.
Management
That-
Products.
Right, that's right.
Software, that's
And I
when
worked with them for a
joined the
while.
dark side.
Yeah.
Uh,
Until there came an opportunity in England at Automotive Test. What was that?
Manchester?
called? In Manchester. Right.
yeah, working for who?
So, I'm trying to remember who the people were I worked for.
Peter
Miles. Peter Miles. I worked for Peter Miles out there.
All right, good.
And I went out there for 18 months to develop the Ford FDS 2000.
Yeah, the Ford contract.
Or the Ford
The
contract.
Ford contract.
That's
yeah.
right. Went out there for 18 months, wound up staying for 6 years.
Yeah.
Until...
You were there that long?
I was out there for 6
What
years.
years?
So, 1990 to 1996. Yeah.
1990. So you went there after I came back, because I
Oh.
was over there.
Oh, okay.
I was down in Ferrum running
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other but they were all under the purview there, the Ford contract.
That's right.
And the Jaguar contract. That's what started the business. But that's another story.
Yeah, Peter Palmer. Peter Palmer.
Peter Palmer.
Was the guy who
That's
actually
right.
hired me.
The main man. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. He taught me a lot about England. We went on hikes and walks. It was great.
Okay.
And then things just started to kind of fall apart at Genrad.
Sure.
And I escaped enough layoffs so that when it came my time, there was no money left, no nothing. It was.
No. Let us
wasn't
not
pretty.
dwell on the dark side. But you went off to make organs.
And then I returned to my former career making pipe organs.
Oh, former career.
Yep. I had done that from 1968 to 73.
Wow.
And I said, well, do I want to claw my way back to the middle of some other high-tech company, or do I want to do what I
Return
really
to your
love
first
to do?
love.
And to heck with the money. So I did that.
Oh, isn't that nice? And now you're on the part-time, you're semi-retired.
Yep, I'm on 3 days a week working for CB Fisk in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and we build pipe organs for all around the world. It's
One a
great place
year.
to work. Well, between 1 and 3 a year, depending on how big they are. The
Wow.
sample size is small.
Who are some of the big customers? What's the big, some cathedral
Our
someplace?
largest instrument we shipped almost 10 years ago to the Cathedral of Lausanne, Switzerland. It was a huge instrument in a cathedral that was started in the 1100s.
Oh, that's
It was
wonderful.
It was pretty cool running around the place in the middle of the night with the keys to everything in my pocket.
Now, one of your side adventures, I recall, was you were a member of the GR Bird Watchers.
I was a
Yeah.
GR bird watcher.
Along with your cohog.
Who were my?
You had a couple there, a lot of cohogs.
I
Yeah.
tell ya. Let's see. There was, of course, the infamous Billy Rogers.
Billy Rogers and
I was. Who was
the
my
guy who-
sponsor? Dick Mortensen.
Mortensen,
Yeah.
but also the guy who made the columns purple.
Who made the columns?
South Boston, your buddy there. Mechanical designer, artistic type. Your close friend. What's his name?
Yeah.
You know who I mean. Went to Terranine.
Not
Yeah, sounds like.
not Paul D'Entremont.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, Paul,
D'Entremont.
yes.
Wow.
Because he was in the Bird Watchers with you.
That's right.
And
yeah.
then your crazy Greek buddy, Costa Chatouris. You remember Costa?
No.
Well, he was.
No.
He
He
was.
was your best friend too.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your best friends.
There you
He was
go.
one of that strange group, D'Entremont, Costa, and you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We had, I can't, this is for public media, so I can't tell
Yeah.
some of our birdwatch adventures.
no. And this is going on a little longer, so stay tuned, audience, for Chapter 2. Let us now switch back to Paula, who has thought of something, I hope.
Where did I go after digital?
Yeah.
I ended up working for, right now I work for Autodesk.
Okay,
Before
okay.
that,
Out of
I
where?
worked at PCC in Waltham.
I didn't know they had an outfit in Waltham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thanks to Genrad, I got into marketing communications, which then led me to be a technical writer. So,
That's wonderful.
Yep, I used
And
to-
that's where you are now.
yep, that's where I am now.
Good.
I used to do high tech at high noon here.
Which was what?
Which was when someone was going to give a paper at a conference. We
Yeah.
practiced, and that was my start. So
Good.
yeah,
So I'm sure you have fond memories
Very
of
fond
GR, both of you,
do.
friends.
It was a
And I hope
fabulous place
best
to work.
time. It was great.
and I hope you'll return here someday, and I promise not to harass you anymore. All right, let's return to the group, and we'll say goodbye to Paula Ploetz and Rick Isaacs.
Bye.
Bye, fans.